What up, what up? It's Lord Mav, Black Moon Pack. So fuck, I'ma just get into it. I hear niggas out here talking about Ye again. Don't be talking about my nigga Yeezy. Don't be talking about Jesus. That nigga is the Messiah. How you gonna come against the new form of Jesus, but not really just in the rap game and maybe some other shit? You can't do that. That's rude. I'm winded. I'm coming at your head. Nah, for real. So the problem is, I'm gonna get into my formal voice. The problem is, people seeing Kanye and they like, what is he doing believing in Trump? What is he doing saying Trump isn't a racist? But the thing that you gotta understand is, for most of us, our only like view of Trump is through the media and what the news tells us, and we know that the news can cut things down. Like, they edit stuff all the time to show you just a piece of what happened, you know? So why would you even believe what they say? You got to really watch everything and see what happens. So right now, I'm going to give a couple facts. I ain't even going to talk about Ye like that. Like, that'd be a whole nother episode. But right now, I'm going to talk about the facts of just the things that I know as a black person, and keep in mind that we don't keep in touch with the political stuff that's going on because we really don't care. A thing that I was thinking about is, you know, no matter what president has come in, they make promises, and they make promises, and they make more promises, and then they don't do anything that they say that they were going to do, but they pay off the businesses that gave them the contributions. It's kind of, it's kind of corrupt by nature in the way that they made it. But for black people, it's like, no matter what anybody said about the ghetto, what they was going to do, at the end of the day, they didn't do it, you know? And that's the crazy part. So that's why I believe black people, for the most part, or people in the ghetto, don't really pay any attention to who the president is, because we know that shit is basically going to stay the same for us. You know, a couple people get out, and that's how it is. But it's just the depressing state of that place. But aside from that, right now we got a president that I don't know if he's real or if he's pretending to be real. But the point is that he's putting on that persona, and that's better for us than a person who's going to say whatever they want to say to, you know, appease you. And then they come in and do the very opposite of what they said, or completely ignore you in other situations. So you got to see for yourself what you think is better. Now on to the facts. People say Trump is a racist. I haven't seen that in any of his speeches. I hear clippets of it through YouTube and whatnot. I'm not going to watch a whole thing. Not going to watch a whole debate. But the first thing I'll address is the wall. People say the wall is racist in nature, because they want to block off a whole country. But you got to understand that, I've said this before to many different people, it's like, you have a country, right? Things that you don't know about, like niggas is bitching in the background, but you have never looked up what it takes to run a country. Just look it up. You ain't even got to go to school for it. Just look it up real quick, and you'll understand that this shit is too complicated for you to just be complaining about somebody not being able to enter. That's crazy. So what you got to really think about is, you have a country, right? And you have, well, the way our country is run, we all pay taxes at a certain amount, and those taxes pay for the social services and the Medicaid and all of these other, well, that's all basically social services. So it pays for all of that. And the country continues to run, and the government gets the money from us working, the taxes that we pay, and it keeps that running, and in turn they keep everything else running. So it's it's a symbiotic relationship and whatnot. So when you have people coming in and they come in and they don't pay taxes, that degrades the country. It has to, because if you see from what Obama did, I do down Obama, but for other reasons than people would think. But if you see where Obama, he came in or at least I believe it was Obama or Clinton, I don't know, I ain't gonna just blame it on him. I'm quick to blame Obama for everything. But if you see with the thing with the immigrants, when I guess the DACA, but I think it was another law too that came in to where they said if you were an immigrant, you know, you didn't have to worry about not being able to be on welfare or, getting, some social services. We're not even going to talk about the fact that an immigrant can call the cops and things like that. Like illegally, they can call the cops and just leave fake names and all of that, say they don't got no ID. So they using that, and that's like little tax money used. So we're not gonna be petty, but just talking about like you going to the hospital. A legal immigrant can go to the hospital, leave a fake name, and they still get care. But you want the person to live, You don't want them to die in an emergency situation. So you would never block that. But it's just the fact that if you've got a bill before, your bill come out to $700. That's $700 that's just at a loss to the healthcare system, until the healthcare system end up going bankrupt basically, and now nothing is running, or they have to replace it with our money again. Now our taxes go up because we have to bail out an entire system because people are using it and not giving back into it. Trump has never said anything about immigrants. He said things about illegal immigrants, and there's a huge difference, because immigrants, regular immigrants, they come here and they work and they pay taxes because they have information to, relate to the system. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I won't say it doesn't matter, but it doesn't matter how the system is with them coming in, because there is a system to where you could get over here legally. But you can't bar people from that stuff, but you also can't say just everybody come in, because that's not a solution. And y'all be just talking and not finding solutions. Y'all be saying that's wrong, but y'all don't say what might be right. And if you do say what's right, you don't give any reason behind it or facts to prove it. And that's what we both need, on each side. So with the war, in closing with that thought, you can't think that that's racist. That's just a way to protect the country economically. We're not talking about, these people. I mean, he has said that immigrants are killers and all of these things. And this nigga, he's an idiot, He's an idiot, but with his mouth. I'm not saying he's an idiot with the financial side of being able to actually run the country and progress it, because there's many different things that you can know through experience that'll make you ready to run a country in different ways. That's why when different people come in, they do different things. You got war leaders that come in, and what they do, they start taking over more territory. Why? Because that's what they do. You have people who come from business sides or who have dealt with that, and they come in and they they make the country grow financially. Then you got people who, like Obama, are lawyers, and they know the law really well, and they come in and they come to change laws and make the system in a way more fair. So everybody will bring their own like spin and flavor to the role of the president. So that's why you can't knock anybody. The war is mostly about the economic side. A lot of money is going towards, financially helping illegal immigrants, when it's like you gotta just be legal, man. That's crazy. That's illegal. It's a crime. Like, niggas be talking about crimes all day, but then you see a legal immigrant and you're like, what? How you not gonna let an illegal immigrant stay here? It's in the word that it's illegal. It's a crime to be an illegal immigrant in this country because you're not from here and you don't have documentation. You can kill somebody and nobody can find your ass because you have no fingerprints. Your fingerprints might be on the weapon, but they don't know nothing about you. And that's the main thing with a country. You keeping tabs on the people so that you keep the other people safe. I don't really agree with that fully, but that's the trade-off that we have in this country. And you can't talk about not having that without talking about destroying this country itself. And y'all not talking about that. So stop talking like that. That's what it is. And then you got the thing, let's end that thought. It's not racist. I've debunked that. Now you got the thing with Trump saying, he made fun of the disabled person and whatnot. But the thing is, he's an idiot. He didn't factor in that the guy's arms really was the focal point of his disability. Because I was shown a video where Trump was talking about Hillary Clinton, and he was saying she was bumbling, like how you do a bumbling fool. It's a bumbling fool. You can't get your words together. He wasn't making fun of the dude's disability. He was making fun of the way that he couldn't get his words together or his thought. Not that he was stuttering, that he couldn't get his thought together, and that you trying to come against me and you can't even get your thought right. And if you in an argument and you know, a nigga can't get their words right, not on some, they can't speak or they stuttering, just that they don't really even know what to say. They can't make a rebuttal because they might be in the wrong and they feel that in they self. That's what he was, referencing. But him being so brass or playing that persona where he doesn't care, he's going to treat him just like he treated everybody else. A fake person would have went in that situation and they would have saw his arms and they would have been like, all right, let me not focus on his arms at all. Let me make sure I don't do anything with my arms to look like I might be mocking him. But him, he's like, he's a bumbling fool. I'm going to do what I do for bumbling fools. I wave my arms around and that's how I look. Look that up for yourself. I don't know it. I don't know what it's called, but look it up. Look up Trump mocking people and see if he does the arm disability, which I call mocking a disabled guy. See if he does that more than once to more than just a disabled person. If he does it even one more time, not to that man, then that means that he wasn't mocking him in that way. Again, with the sexual assault thing, you have I'm going to go to the next point, sorry. You got the fact that he's rich, and you got to look at the context of what he's saying. Like, you got to look at the whole sentence. We're going to go straight to the banger, right? The grab him by the pussy. He didn't say, yo, I'll walk up and I'll grab any woman by the pussy. He said, when you're rich, you can do anything. They'll let you walk up, grab him by the pussy, anything. Excuse me. And that's being rich. People in the ghetto that'll let you, girls. This nigga Method Man was just like, Pop said, give her 50, she pop a kitty. That's some old stuff. That's probably like 70s life, 70s, 80s life. His father telling him, hey, yo, you give her $50, she'll have sex with you. And that's the reality of it. And then when you see people who really, got money in the hood, the girls gravitate towards them because they think that they could get something. Not all girls, because a lot of people are different. Everybody's different. But some women are just flock to them. So when you got a person who's worth $100 million or something like that, you already know people are going to him. Like, let's factor in Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods was having sex with prostitutes. Straight up prostitutes. Who then turned around, your job is to have sex with a person and not say anything about it because you're a prostitute. That's a crime. If I call the cops, you go to jail. It's supposed to be a mutual agreement, my nigga. Like, it's supposed to be mutual. You don't call my wife and tell her anything that I was paying you, and I don't call the cops because you a criminal, my nigga. So you think about that. It's like, that's crazy. You gonna let that happen? Alright, the audio might not be as good as this one because I'm letting it just flow. But I was talking about hold on, let me try to put the phone somewhere so I can still hold it. So yeah, I was talking about, hold on, because this shit gonna get clipped. It's gonna get clucked. Give me a second, please. I'll probably edit it. So I was talking about mostly, these bitches with the prostitutes and Tiger Woods. So it's like, I pay you for your discretion, and you gonna go back and not only extort me for money to keep your mouth shut after paying you to keep your mouth shut technically when I paid you for us to have sex, and then you gonna go and snitch anyway? Getting paid from other companies to go ahead and tell, what happened, shit like TMZ. They be paying niggas sometimes for the story. Other people pay people for the story. That's the old style of journalism. That's the oldest way to get a good story. You know what I mean? On somebody big. Presidents and all of that. So you got to factor that in, where some women and even some men, they just sleazy, man. And yeah, it's wrong for him to say that, but that's the thing of him being real. Like, at that time, he didn't say that when he was already president. He said that when he was just a regular rich dude who could do whatever he want because people understand that he's rich, If, on a regular woman, if you see, like, before Trump was president, if he walk in the hood, he'll have a bunch of girls on him trying to get him real quick. It's Trump, But if, like, Bill Gates walked in the hood, because don't nobody know what Bill Gates looked like, he couldn't get no bitches. That's crazy. So you got to factor in the rich factor. Or what I like to say is that us as people gotta stop idolizing these rich niggas and these celebrities. 'Cause that's how you start letting people do whatever they want to you. You know? So you got the wall. It can't be racist because in its nature it's all about saving the country money. If you want to come into this country legally, I don't know how to do it. I'll look that up a different time to see if it's really like stacked against some heavily. But if you want to come into this country, just do it legally. Or if you're here illegally, seek citizenship, you know, or something like that. Asylum, there's many other ways that you could stay. What's up, y'all? There's many other ways that you could stay here, you know, after you get here. I think it might even be easier. So it's like, look for it. Don't just stay in that same position of being illegal. 1 second.
Vai entrar entonces, vai? A huevo.